Hey everybody, it is Angie. Welcome to Vow Triumph, breaking down the marriage vows presentation by myself. It says Angela 𝒜.𝐸.𝑅 on there. That is my government name, but I want people to feel comfortable with me. So please, whenever you see me in person, whether it is at church or at an event, please feel free to call me Angie. Like I said, part of my business is me wanting for people to know that I'm approachable and that I'm friendly and that I know me on a first name basis. There's no formalities here and I won't get offended by it. I wanted to do this presentation to make people aware of the marriage vows. This book breaks down each marriage vow from to be my wedded husband, to be my wedded wife, to having to hold all the way down, breaks down the marriage vows in its entirety and what you are truly saying on that day, what you are the it'll give you a glimpse of the true meaning of the vows. And so I created this book and here we are. And on June 22nd, 2019, on my website, it will be available for purchase. It won't be available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble for another 6 to 8 weeks. It was just how I set it up. That's my fault, but it will be available for people on those platforms once it registers and kicks in. But if you want to buy it from me, if you see me on a regular basis, you can feel free to buy it from me, or you can just go ahead and order it off of my website. Again, that is June 22nd, 2019, and that is the book cover over there. If you didn't see it, that's what it looks like. And so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the CEO and founder of 𝒜.𝐸.𝑅 LLC. My company promotes healthy relationships with managing conflict and adversity and specializing in that, and also helping couples, or not couples, individuals, women and men, understand their self-worth and build a foundation. A part of your foundation is three for me, and that's Christ, 100% honesty, and having really good friendship. And a part of that, being able to do all of that, starts with you. And are you okay? Do you have the self-worth to commit into a relationship? I started my company because of my own marriage and just wanting people to understand that conflict does happen, but it's not the conflict that defines your relationship. It's how you manage that conflict that will define your relationship. Either you're going to abide or you're going to falter. And so it's your choice, but I want to equip you with the tools to help you get to that point and understand that true love does exist. I'm a living witness, and there are millions of other people out there that are living witnesses too. So that's comfort in that, to let people know, I'm very passionate about relationships and I'm going to help you get to a better spot. I am also a podcast host. My podcast is now international, so we talk about the same things as far as relationships and managing adversity. And sometimes we'll throw a fun episode in there because sometimes it can get very heavy. We'll throw a fun episode in there just to, balance out the fun to it. Make it fun, but make it teachable at the same time. And also, obviously, as you know, I'm an author now. And so the mission, not just for my business, but this mission is also for your relationship as well. And the first thing is action. You have to put something into your relationship to get something out of the relationship. And so in my business at 𝒜.𝐸.𝑅 LLC, I'm going to put something into whatever you bring to me. I'm never going to give you advice that I would not follow myself. I'm never going to make you do something that I wouldn't do. And I'm always going to walk and practice what I preach. Also, another big one, commitment, that loyalty to this one person forever. And last but not least, integrity. Integrity doesn't just mean your honesty. Integrity also means your morals, your values, your beliefs, your ethics. Are you ethically prepared to enter into marriage? That is a such thing. So those are my core values. That's the mission for 𝒜.𝐸.𝑅 LLC. It also should be the mission in your relationship: action, commitment, and integrity. I want people to understand that, when they see marriage vows, they think, oh, this is just for, some people may think it's just for married people. Some people may think, oh, this is just for newlyweds, it's premarital counseling. It is everything. The first person that I want to talk about is single people. For single people, you will learn the role of a husband and wife. Obviously, if you've never been a husband and wife, or a husband or a wife, you don't know what to expect. So I'm going to tell you what to expect. I'm going to tell you that there will be good days, there will be bad days. I'm never going to give you information and make it seem like it's all perfect when there's days where you may feel like just walking out the door, but you don't. You may feel that way, but it happens. You also learn, like I said, what to expect from your marriage, what's going to happen. Your struggle may not look like my struggle, but there will be a struggle. And so I tell you all about that in the book as far as being single. Also, for newlyweds, when you get done with those stages of, oh, everything this person does is perfect and lovely, and oh, they're just the best thing since sliced bread, guess what? Those little happy moments are going to turn into little aggravating moments where this person is going to really get on your nerves, and you're going to really be like, do I really like you like that? And you're going to say, no, I don't. And so this book for newlyweds will help you cope through those stages. In the book, I call them the growing pains, the newlywed blues. It'll help you cope through all that of what you will experience, because you will experience it. Also, for my married veterans, which I fall into the category of married veteran, I've been married for over a decade. I can seriously give people some advice based on experience, based on the wisdom that I gained. And so for young couples, older couples, no matter how long you've been married, you will be able to gain something from this book. If you are a married veteran going through something, you will be inspired to stay. We all go through trials and tribulations, but this book will help you get through those moments and realize, hey, listen, if I just stick it out and do what I need to do to get to this moment of fulfillment, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to stick it out. Also, people that have been divorced, you will also gain something out of this. Maybe you will find where you went wrong. Maybe you will find where you need to correct yourself at. Because a lot of the times, if you look in the mirror at self, you can identify, instead of pointing the finger, you can identify what can better the relationship. That is where I want people to understand, in this divorce category, you can still learn too, because maybe you want to get remarried one day. And so maybe you need a different approach to it. And this will help you get to that point. Also, I do nothing without Christ. Never have, never will. As long as I live, I will serve him. And so everything that I say in the Bible, or in this book, is backed up by the Bible, especially when we get to the role of a husband and wife. For me, I was trying to do everything because I was married so young, didn't know Christ back then when I was 18, 17, 18 years old, didn't know. And I was trying to do everything myself. And so when I got heavily into the word, I realized, girl, your stuff does stink. You're not all that. You need to check yourself and try to do this thing a little bit different. So everything that I do will always have Christ in it. So if you're not a Christian, if you don't believe even just a little bit, this book is probably not for you, especially when you get to the second to last chapter. Why is learning about the marriage vow so important? So for this is very important, with the divorce rate being so high and millennials thinking the way that they think now, it is important that we understand the marriage vows of what we're truly saying. On that day, I've been there. You are so caught up in, is it going to go right? Is it my dress? Everything. You're caught up in the wedding. And so when you go down that aisle and the pastor is saying these words, you're not really thinking about what it is you're saying, to have and to hold. What does that even mean? When I was 18, July had literally just turned 18. 26 days later, I was getting married. I didn't know what to have and to hold meant. I didn't know for better or for worse. Oh, okay, are we really even going to have a worse? That was my mentality. Being so young, I had an invincible attitude. And so I carried that over into my marriage, as you'll see in the book. And so a lot of the times we fail at things because we don't understand. And so I feel like if people really truly understood those marriage vows and what they are truly saying, they will have a better grasp. People will have a better grasp of marriage and being able to work through the tough times. So the vows are very important in understanding your role and understanding what is expected and in understanding if your expectations are just too much. Especially for millennials, people want the title, but they don't want to do the work. And that's the problem when it comes to marriage. You got to work. Okay, y'all? Y'all have to work. You're going to have to put something in. You can't just expect to just take from the relationship. You have to give something to see the fruits of, your relationship. And if you don't, your relationship will show. Major takeaways from this book. I talk a lot about a lot of certain things, and one of them is accountability. Not only are you accountable for yourself, when you get married, the Bible says the twain becomes one flesh. So you are not only just accountable for you, you're accountable for somebody else, their feelings, their burdens, whatever it is they're going through. It's not just your actions that affect the relationship. You have to look at all aspects. You have to look at the both of you. So accountability is huge in there. I won't talk too long on that because I can get going on that. Also support, understanding that I talk about this in the book. I give an example about how, when things were going real financially tough for my husband and I, we were ready to head back to New Jersey from Georgia. And, God had stopped by and told him to abide in the ship. And I was like, well, he told you to abide. He didn't tell me to abide. And so support is being able to, in your relationship, understand that sometimes God won't talk to you. He will talk to your spouse. Also understanding that just because you agree doesn't mean you cannot support. And just because you support doesn't mean you agree with it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying with that as far as support your significant other. Your way is not always the right way. We don't know what God told our spouse to do. So it's important that you support no matter what, good, bad, happy, or sad. I also talk about acceptance, being able to accept your partner where they are at, meeting them where they are at. In the book, I asked you to identify maybe 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many I said, things that you want to change about your partner. Now, obviously, you're probably looking at me like, well, is that even really helping the situation? Yes, because what I follow up with is now identify how you can adjust to that. That's part of acceptance, being able to adjust to this person's ways, how they feel, how they do things, anything from the big to the small. Also, another thing that I talk about is being able to be emotionally connected to your partner. This is very important because I have been through pretty much the worst thing that I think we could go through, which is financial stress. And when we were poor, let me tell you, we had nothing but time to sit and look at each other. We were just in the house together doing nothing. And if we didn't have that emotional connection, it doesn't matter how much money we had, we wouldn't have been able to get through anything because eventually physical looks change. I know I look nothing that I did when my husband first married me. Physical looks change. Sex won't be as consistent as you think it may be. And so you're going to need that emotional connection, that deep down in your soul, spiritual connection that's going to get you through those days. Another thing that I talk about is your role. What are you responsible for doing? Not just looking at your partner and saying what they are not doing, but what are you doing? Your role as a husband, your role as a wife. The ultimate goal that I wanted to convey in this book is just to shed light on the fulfillment that comes out of sticking it out through the rough times. I have a picture of me and my husband. We were 18. I was 18. He was 21. And from that time on, there have been great days and there have been really bad days. There have been days where we had to literally come together and say, we know we want each other. We know we belong together. So we're going to have to figure out a way to make this work. And our relationship foundation, first being Christ, that's where we ran to first. Let's get through this through the word. Let's fight the devil that's coming into our marriage to disrupt us with the word of God. And so you that's the ultimate goal of this book, understanding that there is triumph in your vows, there is victory, there is achievement, there is joy in that. You just have to be patient to get to that point. That's another thing that I talk about in the book is patience and forgiveness. You have to be able to look past knowing that love is greater than false. Are you going to love this person? They're going to get on your nerves. They're going to make you angry. They're going to do things that's going to make you probably want to serve their head on a platter. I'm just saying, but stick it out, get through those rough patches, and I promise you, trust me, I promise you, you will reap the benefits of making it, sticking it out till death do you part. So I just wanted to shed light on the book. I hope that I wanted this to be quick because I didn't want to bore people. Adults have probably a worse attention span than kids do, but I just wanted to be quick to let you know the target audience, let you know what you're dealing with, and let you know what you're getting in. If you've been married for 50 years, still pick up the book. Maybe you want to pass it on. You can testify and you really feel what I'm saying, and you can pass it on to your grandkids or your great grands or whatever the case may be. Still pick it up. Just read it and accept what I'm saying, receive what I'm saying. I don't say anything to hurt people. I say what I have been through, what I know to be true. I'll be 31 in July 3rd, 2019. So, but I have a lot of wisdom, and God put my husband and I both through a lot of things to be able to speak on the matter. And so I just wanted to share the gift of love that I was given through Christ in my marriage with other people, letting you know, listen, just because you're soulmates, I know factual that my husband and I are soulmates, but just because you're soulmates doesn't mean you're exempt from the hardships that all relationships go through. And just for millennials, people my age, don't let anybody convince you that relationships are perfect. Don't let anybody convince you that they've never had an argument or that that everything is just perfect. It's not the case. And if anybody tells you that, you probably don't want to take no advice from them. Talk to somebody that is going to be, you don't have to talk to me. It's my business, but you don't have to talk to me. I'm always going to make sure that I'm transparent with you. I have services on my website. Speaking with people, I tell you what I specialize in, like I just did in the beginning. And so it doesn't just have to be me. But make sure that you're talking to somebody that is going to be transparent and open and raw and uncut and give you the real, not say what you want to hear. So I thank you guys for listening to me babble about the book. The book, again, comes out Saturday, June 22nd, 2019. For those that are coming to my book launch party, you will get a signed personal copy from me. I don't know. My signature may be worth something one day. So I don't know, but yeah, so you'll get a signed copy. And anybody that I go to church with, please understand that if you want to save money on shipping, I don't mind that. You can just buy off of me. You're not going to see me. Just go ahead and order, and I can sign it whenever I see you. I don't mind doing that. And it's not extra. So thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to follow me. You can contact me via Facebook, or you can email me at inspired@loveinspiry.com. That is my business email. So please feel free to email me there. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Love Inspiry. I thank you all so much for tuning in. God bless.